Hey y'all, it's Caitlin from TheCrownFox, and today I wanted to make a quick tutorial to show you guys a little bit about clipping masks in Photoshop. I use clipping masks like every time I open Photoshop. It's probably because I'm going to use a clipping mask. It's one of my favorite and most used tools. So it's similar to the regular layer mask in that they both hide or reveal a part of an image, but a clipping mask differs. You have a second layer that is some sort of shape or some sort of parameters, and that kind of defines what you're showing. So that was probably kind of confusing. I learned visually, so I'm guessing I probably explain visually also. So let's look at an example. This is the style inspiration board that I created for TheCrownFox's rebranding. So technically I could use the regular layer mask tool and I could block out parts of these images that I don't want to show, and then I could puzzle piece this all together. But for me that seems way slower and way more tedious. I guess that's kind of the thing about Photoshop, is that there's a lot of ways to do similar things, and just kind of what works for you is the way you do it. Where I work, everyone uses layer masks like exclusively, and so when I open their files, I'm like, what is this junk? Like, oh, it's so confusing. So yeah, I'm pro clipping masks for sure. But anyways, so I digress. This inspiration board. So this is complete, but I'll show you how I got here. So this is like half the board, and I'm now going to place this image of a gold plate. And I don't really want to show too much of these florals because these colors aren't on brand for me, but the gold plates are. And so I'm going to create a box in the open area that I still have. I'll do that by using the rectangle tool. So I hit U on the keyboard, and then I'm just going to drag a shape that's kind of right, because I can come in and adjust it later. So let me nudge this around, get my spacing. Okay, so I'll use the align keys to make sure that the tops of this new rectangle and this existing peach color block match. So I'm gonna select and then hold down the command key and select the peach and hit align to the top, and then budged up a little bit, so I know I need to drag the bottom part down. So I'll use Command T, which is the transform tool, and drag that down until Photoshop says, okay, you match. Okay, so rectangle's about right. Now I want to mask my plate image into the rectangle. So I'm going to drag the plate image, so you'll drag whatever image you're trying to show on top of this rectangle or whatever shape you're using. And then I'm going to right click and hit create clipping mask. A shortcut is to hold down the option key, and then you hover over this line between the two layers and that little box will appear, and then you can click and boom, done. So if you're clipping a lot, that is way quicker. I used to make wedding albums where you'd put like 12 or 14 reception spread pictures in one spread. So yeah, I would just use the option key to get kind of through it quicker. So anyways, so I clipped the image, and the part that shows is the part that was right over the rectangle, so it's not the part of the image that I want to show, it's this flowers. So you can free transform, so Command T again, and then kind of drag it around to where it shows the part that you're interested in. Like any mask in Photoshop, it's non-destructive, so everything of the picture is still here. I'm not losing anything, I can always get it back. And that's about it. Clipping masks are really useful if you're doing anything kind of like template wise, and you can make adjustments and kind of clip that to a layer too. So like, for example, this plate is kind of dark compared to everything else, so I'm going to do a brightness adjustment, and I'll get that by going to the adjustment panel, brightness, and drag that up. But see, it's affecting the whole image, and I don't want that because now I'm blowing out the bottom portion of this board. So I can go back over to the layer panel, hold down the option key, and then click and clip the brightness adjustment to just the layer below it, which is the plate image. So that's a really awesome tool that you can use, or way that you can use clipping masks. So yeah, I hope that helps y'all out a little bit. I'm going to have some style board templates with the rectangles kind of already Tetrised together for you available in the library, so you should head over there and sign up for access to that. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful week.